These wheels are honestly the best modification I've ever made to my board. Especially, what's going on, everybody? So today I'm going to be reviewing the Ollin Popocas. The Ollin Popocas are these third-party wheels sold by Ollin Boards, which is another electric skateboard company, but their wheels actually fit in the stock pulleys of the boosted boards. There's a little bit of modifications you will need to fit these also, but I will get into that in a bit. So just to put some context to this video, the background footage you're seeing is just me riding around New York City with a group of people with the Ollin Popocas installed. So I've actually had the Ollin Popocas installed for about 3 weeks or so now, and I've been loving it. So I'll tell you a lot more about why I love it and why or if you should get it yourself in this review. So after I talk about what I think about it and some general specs about these wheels, later on in the video there's actually going to be a drag race between my board with the Ollin Popocas installed versus the stock boosted board V2 Dual Plus, as well as a boosted Stealth. So that'll be later on in the video. So let's talk about these wheels. So the Ollin Popocas again are sold by Ollin Boards. So they're 90mm wheels. The original wheels that come on the boosted board V2 are the Orangutan Kegels, and the Kegels are 80mm and 80 durometer. The Ollin Popocas, on the other hand, are 90mm and 78 durometers. So you're gonna have softer wheels as well as a larger diameter, which actually allows you to go through bumps much better than the 80mm Kegels. That's one thing that I really love about the Popocas compared to the Kegels, is that you can roll over basically anything. Okay, maybe not everything, but a lot more than you would have been able to with the Kegels. It's not like you wouldn't be able to roll over stuff with the Kegels, but it would just feel so much better on your feet with these 90mm. So if you're traveling through a lot of cobblestone or tiled terrain, these 90mm help so much, as well as like small potholes and stuff. You can easily get through a lot of these things where the Kegel might be a bit more sketchy to get through. So since the diameter of these wheels are bigger, you actually get a difference in top speed if you use the same pulleys. And to do this, all you have to do is take a screwdriver and your Kegel with the pulleys inside. All you have to do is take a screwdriver and sort of wiggle out the pulley, and you're able to get the pulley out and actually install it right into the Popocas. Now, alternatively, you can get a different size pulley that has different belt lengths, and this would actually allow you to maintain torque and speed, but with just bigger wheels, so you can go over things better. This is not the route I chose, so I can't say for sure the experience of that, but I took the stock pulleys and put them right into the Ollin Popocas. So using the stock pulleys, you actually get an increase in top speed up to 25 miles per hour. Now if you're lighter, you might be able to push that a bit more. Me being on the lighter side, I've seen my speed trackers push that 25 limit a bit more sometimes, but it's really also dependent on the terrain you're kind of on, if you're like on an angle or in a hill. So I mentioned before, you get an increase in top speed, but you actually also lose torque. So in regards to this, I'm a very light rider. And if you're a light rider yourself, you should know that if you're light and riding electric skateboards, you have a lot of benefits when riding, because with these bigger wheels, you actually don't feel the loss of torque as much as people who are maybe on the heavier side and riding a normal boosted board V2 with normal stock wheels. Not to spoil too much, but you can sort of see what I'm talking about in the drag race up ahead in later on in the video. But yeah, be aware, you do lose torque, especially the heavier you are, the more you're going to feel the loss of torque. So just keep that in mind. In my experience, I weigh 120 pounds and I barely felt a difference. But it does affect your torque a little bit. but not that much. Like, you're still gonna be able to accelerate pretty fast. Like, initially, you definitely will feel a difference. Like, you won't start immediately as fast as you would with the stock Kegels. And even braking, you might feel it a bit, but you still have that power to brake pretty fast. So it's really not that big of a difference, in my opinion. So the last thing you really need to know about installing these Popocas wheels is that you do need to either 3D print or buy a 3D printed motor guard, because the stock metal motor guards that come with your board will not fit, because once you install the wheel properly, the motor guards won't actually fit in it because the wheels are slightly too big for it to install correctly. So if you do somehow get it in there, it will rub. So what you have to do is you'll have to install smaller motor guards. You can either 3D print them or order them 3D printed, and then you can install it that way, and then your wheels can fit. So that's the only modification you need in order to use these. Some people have actually installed the Popocas with the original motor guards. I think it has to do with different spacers. You can look into that, but I had my motor guards 3D printed and it works fine. But I would highly suggest you just 3D print your motor guards to avoid any rubbing of the wheels on the actual motor guards. So to summarize my thoughts on these wheels are honestly the best modification I've ever made to my board. Especially me being a very light rider, I'm able to push off from 0 to 25 miles per hour in no time. Like the fact that I can get to that speed that fast is amazing to me. Like, you still lose that torque that you would get from the Kegels, but in my experience, it really isn't that much. Like I said before, if you're heavier, you might feel this torque difference a lot more, but still, getting that 25 miles per hour is an amazing feeling. And with this, I'm like wearing more safety gear because, you know, that is a speed where, you know, falling at that speed is much more injury inducing, so always ride safely. But it's super fun. I love getting those speeds, and it just feels like a completely new board. It's like, it's on par with the Boosted South. So if you're a light rider like me, I highly recommend you getting these wheels if you want that top speed. If you want to maintain your torque, sure, I mean, you can stay with Kegels, maybe go with the route I suggested with printing your own pulleys that keep the same torque while keeping your 90mm wheels. And these wheels are huge. I love just rolling through tiles. I'm riding in Jersey City a lot, where I like riding along the waterfront and the nice view of the city, but along that waterfront is just a lot of tiling on the ground. And with the Kegels, I would feel everything. With these 90mm, like, it's a breeze, man. Like, it just feels so much better to ride through everything. So, I mean, those are my thoughts for the Ollin Popocas. There are other wheels out there, like the new Orangutan Caguamas, the new Boa Constrictors that a lot of people are using. These all have different sizes. The Caguamas are 85mm, the Boas are 100mm. You still get the same sort of things I was talking about with these Ollin Popocas. You know, the bigger the wheel you get, the less torque you have, but the bigger the wheel it is, the more top speed you have. So it really just depends on what kind of trade-offs you want. And I figured 90mm are right in the middle, and I think it's honestly perfect. I really don't think I need anything faster than this, especially on the Boosted Board V2's deck, on the loaded Vanguard. And if you know anything about the loaded Vanguard, it's actually rated for 25 miles per hour. Anything higher than that, it becomes a little bit more dangerous. So I think that the 90mm are honestly enough for the Boosted Board V2 Dual Plus. So yeah, it's a great modification. Definitely do consider it if you're looking for that top speed. So this next part will be a drag race between a couple of boards. So my board, the Boosted Board V2 Dual Plus with the Ollin Popocas, And my friend's board, who has the basically stock boosted V2, all he did was change his wheels to the purple orangutan Kegels, but there's no speed or torque differences, as well as the new boosted stealth.
I honestly have no idea how this is gonna go.
Alright, so what's up, guys? I've got the boosted board V2 Dual Plus with the Ollin Popocas. I weigh like 120 pounds, so this might be in favor of me, but we also have the boosted stealth. Being ridden by Mario. Mario doesn't have a helmet on, that's unfortunate, but... And then Mackie here with just a recolored, watch over you guys, recolored boosted V2. Look at that sick kick. Is that it? Oh, you got the Kegels on it. So. Yeah. Shouldn't have any speed or torque difference, right?
No speed hack.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, what's that problem?
Mackie also does not have a helmet. Ride safely, guys.
Race. 1, 2, go.
How much do you weigh?
Honestly, I think it's way too tight on the west side.
Yo, what's your mod,
like a dead street?
What's your mod?
120 pounds.
Exactly, that's your mod.
Yo,
wait, how much do you weigh? So,
dude, like 190.
190. Yeah. 190 on the boosted stealth. And you're
135
on the boosted V2 Dual Plus. Alright, we're gonna try this again. Yo, Mac, come on. Alright, somebody count. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Mario, was that a good test? Was that fine?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
You can just sit like later.
Yeah.
So the one thing to definitely keep in mind when watching this real life drag race is that, again, I weigh around 120 pounds, so I get a significant advantage when it comes to torque. My friend Mackie is around 135 pounds, and he's on the stock V2 Dual Plus, and Mario is on the boosted stealth, and he weighs about 190 pounds. So the one takeaway from this drag race is that weight really matters when it comes to electric skateboarding. Like, you can see from the video that the torques are actually pretty balanced out based on our weights. Otherwise, I think if we were around the same weight, it would have been a much more close to equal, and if not scaled, drag race. But the purpose of the drag races aren't really to determine exactly, like scientifically determine exactly which is better. It's more to show you sort of a real life comparison about if there really is a big difference between these three boards. If you have any other questions about these wheels, about boosted board, about electric skateboarding, feel free to comment down below, ask questions. I read every comment. And if you liked the video, feel free to like it. If you didn't like it, dislike it, and let me know why. If you want to see more content like this, more electric skateboard reviews, definitely do hit the subscribe button, because I will be doing a ton more of these moving forward. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.